The Russian Revolution of 1917 was a pivotal moment in history that led to the overthrow of the Russian Empire and the establishment of the Soviet Union. It unfolded in two major phases, the February Revolution and the October Revolution. Here's a comprehensive breakdown of the events. Background: Autocracy of Tsar Nicholas II. For centuries, Russia was ruled by the Romanov dynasty, with Tsar Nicholas II at its helm. His autocratic rule, political repression, and failure to address the needs of the people, especially the working class, led to widespread discontent. Economic struggles. By the early 20th century, Russia faced significant economic problems, including poor living conditions for workers, peasantry suffering from land shortages, and growing social inequality. Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905. Russia's defeat in the Russo-Japanese War damaged the Tsar's credibility and led to the 1905 revolution. Although the Tsar survived this uprising, it showed the growing unrest among the population. World War I. Russia's involvement in World War I further exacerbated the country's problems. Heavy casualties, economic collapse, food shortages, and poor leadership from the Tsar and his military commanders led to massive disillusionment among the population. February Revolution, March 1917. Key causes. The immense toll of World War I on Russia, both in terms of human casualties and economic strain. Widespread dissatisfaction with the Tsarist regime, particularly after the Tsar took command of the army, leaving his wife, Tsarina Alexandra, and the corrupt Rasputin in charge of domestic affairs. Social unrest, including worker strikes, food shortages, and general dissatisfaction with the political and economic system. The Revolution. On March 8, 1917, February 23rd in the Julian calendar, which Russia still used, strikes broke out in Petrograd, now St. Petersburg, due to food shortages. This quickly escalated into massive protests. The protests grew larger and included workers, soldiers, and even some of the military, who began to refuse orders to suppress the protesters. On March 15th, Tsar Nicholas II abdicated the throne, marking the end of the Romanov dynasty after more than 300 years of rule. The provisional government was formed, led by Alexander Kerensky. It was composed mainly of liberal and moderate socialist leaders. However, it was unable to address the key issues facing Russia, particularly the war and land redistribution. Impact. The abdication of the Tsar and the formation of the provisional government marked the end of autocracy in Russia. However, the provisional government was weak and unable to resolve the main problems, especially continuing Russia's involvement in World War I and the economic hardship facing ordinary people. A workers' council, was formed in Petrograd, dominated by more radical socialist groups like the Bolsheviks, who were led by Vladimir Lenin.